nations and people, you put them in slavery, what do you think is going to happen to you, man? You think you're just going to walk up into the sunset and everything's going to be cool? You're going to be cool chilling in the car? Nah, man. Your ass is going to be destroyed and put in the captivity.
That's right.
That's what's going to happen, man. And Great Britain ain't got too long. The legs of Great Britain is crumbling, it's crippling. Especially since you got a retarded child in our office. That's an indication right there. Go on,
bro. And the sons of the alien shall be your plowmen.
Is that the best Britain has to offer? Go on.
And your vine dressers. But ye shall be named the priests of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai.
Yeah, because we're just going to be doing priest work. We're not going to be cleaning up our cattle and all of this extra stuff, man. We got to take care of the worldly affairs. That's why they're set up on the earth, to do all of the extra stuff we don't need to do. Okay? So that's going to be our position on the earth. And it says that we should be a planting of the Lord. Somebody give me Isaiah 3, and I'm talking about our nation of people. Okay, if you're on this side and you're in Israel, if you're not on this side, then to hell with you.
That's right.
And it says here, but ye shall be named the priests of the Lord. Men shall call you the ministers of our power.
Right, and that's what's going to be the case at the end of the world. When it's all said and done and our society is established, we're going to be known as the priests of God. Okay, and that's why we're doing what we're doing right now. That's a build up to that right now. Okay, here it is, we could be doing all kind of BS in this Saturday evening, but we here wasting our time doing this right here. And really it's because we're commissioned by the Spirit of the Lord to do what we're doing. Right? And fear too. Go on.
Ye shall eat the riches of the Gentiles.
In other words, we're going to steal all of their stuff. The same way they conquered our people and stole our stuff, we're going to conquer them and steal their stuff, which is ours anyway. All of the gold that they got in their back room somewhere, they stole it from us, so we're going to get it back. Okay, it's called retribution. So they're going to have to pretty much receive the judgment of the Lord for what they did unto us. Because we're the sons of God, man. We're the sons and daughters of the Most High. That's who we are. We're not just some Hispanics, blacks, and all of these other names. We're the children of Israel. Okay, and this is why we got to walk different. We can't be walking like these people out there. We can't gathering into party, gathering into these clubs. The foul. No. We're supposed to surround ourselves with holy people, man. Go on, brother.
It says, and in their glory shall ye boast yourselves.
Right, and in your glory shall ye boast yourselves. So we're going to be proud, and we're going to have a good level of arrogance against the other nations. But when it comes to the Lord, we're going to humble ourselves, and even when it comes to the brother. But when it comes to the other nations, we just going to look down on them. Like they're just pieces of dirt, or lower than dirt. That's why it says in the scriptures as well, and that's what it says that the Lord likens the other nations as unto spittle. And that's how we're going to look at these other nations. We're going to look down on them, man. And they're going to know racism exists in our society.
That's right.
We're not going to hide our racism in our society. We're going to express it. Because we're going to have that full power to do so, man. And they can't do nothing about it. They can't protest about it. Because you're going to have brothers, they're going to have spiritual power, and they're going to be able to detect it, to see if a guy's got a mindset of revolting, and he's going to come down on that guy, man, and take that guy out. All right? Go on, bro.
And it says, for your shame ye shall have double, and for confusion they shall rejoice in their portion.
Right, because we're in this stage of the game, we're in a state of confusion. And when that's all said and done, we're going to be in a state of glory. So that's the end result of the nation of Israel. We're gonna be in a state of glory. That's what it's all going to be about, baby boy. So I mean, right now we're living in hell, and we're catching hell in the means, but things are going to change. Things have to change. Because this world it's not the way of the Most High. It's not good enough for mankind.
Stop.
And it's on its way out, man.
Stop.
I mean, if you got two idiots in office, you got Donald Trump for one, dummy number one, and you got dummy number two that's in office. That shows you right there that things have to change. And you know it too, what's his name, man? Prime Minister Boris Johnson, he ain't gonna do nothing. And that's what they always do. When they before they come into office, they always give this speech of saying, well, we're gonna bring back jobs, we're gonna do all of this and all of that. But then while they're in the midst of their prime minister or their prime ministering, or what they say in America, their presidency, that's what I was looking for. Right? They don't do what they said they was gonna do right before they got in. They don't do anything but do the quiet contrary. And whatever the people want, they go the quiet contrary of what the people want. So ever as most people in England, they want to be out of the EU, right? They're gonna stay in the EU. Okay? That's how this government works. And what people are finding out, and this is something that I've been saying for years, and many brothers have been saying this for years as well, that there's no such thing as a democracy, man. The people don't rule a damn thing. The word democracy goes back to the word the people rule. The word them meaning people, the word receive means to rule. But as we know, right, because I'm pretty sure people voted for somebody else to get into office, but this Boris Johnson guy came in. So that's showing you right there that there's no democracy, right? These people think that they got some kind of power over what happens in government. They don't. You have to take it all the way to the top. You got the banking elite. They're the ones that's calling the shots, picking and choosing what president or prime minister gets in office. So it's never the people. The people are just, they're just there on the side. They're just slaves for this one world system. Anyway, I don't mean to be going off. Let's go back to the scriptures, man.
John 14:2. In my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would not have told you.
In other words, those different planets, we're going to get access to all of those different planets. Esau's trying to make it to the moon. He's struggling just to make it to the moon. And he's saying that he made it to the moon in 1969, but how could you go to the moon when you got to pass through that Van Allen belt? It's nothing but severe levels of radiation. So they could never go to the moon. If you ain't past the Van Allen belt, you can't go to the moon. It's impossible. So that whole 1969 footage of them going into the moon, that was a lie. That was a Hollywood produced film. You know what I mean? Which misled the people to believe in, oh, we made it to the moon. You ain't going nowhere, man. He was down here on Earth making a production on how you made it to the moon, on how you would like to make it to the moon. But you didn't. Go on, bro. Yeah, read on.
Yeah, this is just to carry on. If it were not so, I would not have told you. I go to prepare a place for you.
Right, so a place is prepared for us. So when you talk about the glory of the Heavenly Father in this Bible here, we're going to put on that glory.
I've got precepts like just to go with what you said about the many mansions. This is Isaiah 40 and 22, and it says, it is he that sitteth upon the circle of the earth,
Right.
and the inhabitants thereof are as grasshoppers, that stretcheth out the heavens as a curtain, and spreadeth them out as a tent to dwell in.
Right. So that's talking about the outer atmosphere, what they call the galaxy. But proves something? When he just read that proves that the earth is round, man. The earth ain't flat. That's another dogma that's being pushed out there onto the masses to confuse people, man. And you had certain guys that were once down with the truth. And Satan took them, got their minds seduced into believing that the earth was flat when the earth is round. This is the Lord sitting upon the circle of the earth.
Going back, it says, stretches out the heavens to go in. So really, there is other parts of outside the earth that we're going to go in.
Yeah.
But it's not for this kingdom. That's not for these people here now, man. That's for going to be the Lord's everlasting kingdom. We're the ones that are going to have all the time in the world to explore things beyond the earth.
Right, but if Esau had access to all of those planets, what would he do to the other planets? The same way he did to this one over here. So he don't need to go up to what he needs is be regulated and put under subjection, man.
Right.
That's what he needs. That's what Esau, the so-called white man, needs, man. He needs to be put down and his foot and a foot up his ass. That's all he needs. All this, I made it to the moon and all this other stuff. Nah, bro. You ain't going nowhere. Right, sit up at McDonald's, man.
The American flag,
American flag, man.
And the scripture says the triumphing of the wicked is but for a moment.
Right.
their rulership is a small period of time. Like
Exactly.
they're not even gonna get 1,000 years, are they? Of
Nah,
rulership, man. They're not even gonna get. I don't even think it's 500 years. 1400 still now. It's about 500 years, maybe.
There's something like that, yeah.
You know, so it's a very short period of time because the technology has only got to where it's at now.
Right.
But then, right now, the technology is now at the time of their destruction. You know, so they really don't have that kind of time to explore.
Nah, they
They're
ain't got
trying.
that time, man.
They're the wicked. They're proud, so they are gonna try. You know, because it's there. He's gonna. I will be as the Most High.
Right.
But that's for us, man.
But you know, though, you made a key point, brother. They don't got the time, and neither do they have the technology to go up there. Because, like we've always said, once Esau brings out the chip, which he's already bringing out already, but I'm saying once they mandate the RFID chip, that's it. This place is kaput, man. Go on, bro.
This is about Esau having a short time. Revelation 12 and 12. Therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea.
Right.
For the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that ye have but a short time.
Yeah, he has a short period of time, especially nowadays. So how is he going to get to the moon? They can't get to no that. They didn't get to the moon in 1969. So if they couldn't get to the moon now, how the hell are they going to try to get to the moon now? I mean, back then, if they couldn't get to the moon in 69 back then, how the frig are they going to get to the moon now? It's impossible.
They got massive debts. You know, so all those things cost money. They do make it in the movies where they create themselves going outside. There's that movie. What's it called?
Elysium, right?
There's Elysium, but Elysium was within these heavens. But there's another one whereby basically you pay money, and then like they put you to sleep, and then by the time you wake up, like you don't have aged a single bit, and then you wake up at this one particular planet, and then there was a guy and a chick that woke up too early. You know, seen that movie, no? They woke up too early, and then basically now they said when you wake up too early, you start to get old, and then by the time the ship actually got to where it was going, they had got old and they had died on that particular ship. So Easter's already dreaming that he's gonna have that kind of time to even do that, man. To create civilizations outside of the earth, you know, other planets.
Right, you know what too? Because I was reading an article on that on how Esau, what he wants to do is this. You see how, you know, people can go travel from country to country, right? Well, he's setting up, and I think, what is it? The guy that owns Virgin Train.
Yeah, Richard Branson,
He's
yeah.
involved in that world of things as well. So what they want to do is they want to fund this program where they can take people out of space and bring them back down on Earth and travel to different planets.
Yeah.
That's what they want to do, but that's not for Esau. That's for us.
Yeah, it's a tourist thing, whereby you pay say a few millions, and then they give you that out of space experience.
Yeah.
You go right into the atmosphere, you see the Earth, how it looks like, and all that stuff. You know, you might be there for who knows how long, and then you come back down.
Yeah.
They've been speaking about that for a while now.
Yeah.
In a couple of years now.
I've got Christian.
Virgin Media, yeah.
This is Job 14
Multi-millionaire.
and 5, and it's saying, seeing his days are determined.
Right, seeing his days are determined. You look at that word, the word determined. The word determined means cut. So there's a cut. There's a portion of time that is cut, fam. So once he reaches that apex, or the end of his time, that's it. Mainly when that chip comes in, when that RFID chip comes in, right, and it's mandated, that's the end.
Yeah.
So the time set with him of how he can make it to the moon, gathering this technology together, they ain't got the time for that.
Yeah.
Okay? And even if they did have the time, brother, okay, even if they did have the time, they still wouldn't be able to do it anyway. Come on.
I was gonna say the elites though, they've created escape pods. Because the scriptures speak about how they're gonna escape into heavens.
Yeah, but they can only go so far. They can only go so far because the scriptures does say that now they would set up, you know, space stations. They would dig beneath the earth and even go into the waters as well and hide there.
Yeah.
So the scriptures talk about that, but they're not gonna go to no different planet.
Yeah.
Go on.
It says, the number of his months are with thee.
Right.
Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot
Right,
pass.
so there's a bound that he cannot pass. So the so-called white man, he has a limited amount of time left. Like I always say, Great Britain is not going to reign for another 20 years, another 200 years. America's not going to reign for the same amount of time either. If anything, we're living in the end right now. Just look at everything as it is right now. Everything's happening at all one given moment nowadays.
Yeah.
Okay, you got people dying, being put to death in so many forms of different ways every single day.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. New ways.
You got
every
signs
day.
in the heavens. You got phenomena that's happening at an alarming rate.
Right.
So if these ain't the last days, I don't know what is, man. Go on.
This is Jeremiah chapter 1 and 9. Then the Lord put forth his hand and touched my mouth. And the Lord said unto me, Behold, I have put my words in thy mouth.
Right.
See, I have set this day thee over the nations
Right.
and the kingdoms to root out and to pull down and to destroy and to throw down,
Right.
to build and to plant.
Right, and that's what we're going to do. When we get those spiritual bodies, man, even that in itself, that's salvation. That's the kingdom in itself, because with those bodies, we can dominate all of the worlds around us. And then just based on that, we can set up our kingdom. We can go into the world of China, destroy all of that shit, put all of that shit down. Destroy all of the buildings set up with Great Britain. Destroy America and set up our kingdom. Okay? That's why it says that the saints shall possess the kingdom.
Right.
Forever and ever. What does it mean to possess? I mean, we're gonna take it. You're not gonna ask for it. Oh, please give me please, please give me back what you stole from me and all of this protest nonsense. We're not gonna be protesting anything. We're gonna just take what was stolen from us, and that's gonna be the deal. Alright? I want you to read that again, bro. Because he was talking about the mourning of Jacob, right? Now we're going into the other side of things.
So Jeremiah chapter 1 and 9. Then the Lord put forth his hand and touched my mouth.
Right.
And the Lord said unto me, Behold, I have put my words in thy mouth. See, I have this day set thee over the nations.
Right, I've set thee over the nations this day. So there's going to become a particular moment in time that the Lord is going to set us above all these nations. And that's when we're going to get our respect back. Because see, when you get respect, most of the times when you get that respect, you gotta kick somebody's ass. And when we whip these people's ass and put them to a state of fear, they're gonna respect us. Right. Even so much more that women are gonna want to deal with us, man. Because they're gonna see the power within them.
Right.
Like we say in Great Millstone times, women flock to power, right? Which is a natural thing. They're gonna flock to the power. So when we get to kicking these nations behind with the power that we're going to be getting, then it's going to be respect. Then ain't going to be all you niggas and all of this other stuff. That's when we put to the background. Because when they see a so-called Negro or an Israelite, they're going to be fear. That fear's going to come in. All right, and I'm not going to lie, man. I like when I look at somebody, right, and they get scared, or they look down or something like that. Because when I look at you, man, I'm looking at you directly in your face, man, in your eyes. To see if you're a goddamn fool or you're not, or you're sincere. Go on, bro.
And it says, I have set thee this day over the nations and over the kingdoms, to root out and to pull down and to destroy.
So we're going to destroy these kingdoms. Now, can we do that now, brothers? Hell no, man. We're frail and we're weak and we get sick easily. So we can't do that now. So that's why Paul spoke about the change that was going to come. Out of a twinkle of an eye, we're going to be changed. We're going to have those extraterrestrial bodies. We're going to be able to do the things like you see what those chariots do.
Right.
Appear, reappear. I've even had a dream of flying.
Yeah.
Okay? I was down there on earth and I propelled myself to fly.
Yeah.
Walking through doors and everything.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So the Lord is preparing the minds of the brothers of what's to come in the future.
Yeah.
And that was a vision because I remember it so vividly.
Yeah.
Go on.
And to throw down, to build and to plant.
Right, so we're going to build and now we're going to plant what? The New Jerusalem. Okay? We're going to set up Israel as if it was in the days of old. And then the government, the proper government that's going to be established is going to be the house of David. That was the government that Yahweh Shai had on his shoulders. It tells you that in the scriptures. It's metaphorical though. Go on.
This is Isaiah 61 and 10. I will greatly rejoice in the Lord.
Right.
My soul shall be joyful in my power, for he hath clothed me with the garments of salvation.
Right, he hath clothed us with the garment of salvation, Lord.
He hath covered me with the robe of righteousness.
And that's what this word is. This word is the garment of our salvation. So when you put this garment on, you put on the garment of salvation. In other words, you're going to be saved. This is the word which gives us the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of our salvation, and how things are going to operate for us when it's all said and done. Okay, but this word was never meant for the world. This word was never meant for everybody. It was only meant for the sons of the Lord, the Israelites, the so-called black, so-called Latino, Native American Indians, and those that line go back to them. That's it. So if you're a proclaimed self-styled Christian, you ain't a part of this right here. All right? And the world is going to realize that anyway. Okay, your line got to go back to Israel.
Yeah.
If your line don't go back to Israel and you can't get this truth, you're going to be destroyed. Point blank, end of story. Go on, bro.
That's why the scripture speak about Revelation when it says, keep that garment on unless you be found naked.
Exactly. That's it right there. This garment is representing this truth. So let's read that again.
And it says, Isaiah 61:10, I will greatly rejoice in the Lord. I will greatly rejoice in the Lord.
That's a step on it.
Yeah, you might have stepped on it.
I will greatly rejoice in the Lord.
Yep.
My soul shall be joyful in my power.
Right, my soul shall be joyful in my power. So we're going to rejoice in the Heavenly Father. And that's what we're doing right now. Although we're mourning because of this BS life that we got to live, but we're rejoicing at the same time because we know what the end is, we know what the end result of being an Israelite is going to be when it's all said and done. All right? That's just the bottom line, man. So let's read that again.
Yeah, I will greatly rejoice in the Lord. My soul shall be joyful in my power, for he hath clothed me with the garments of salvation.
Right. He has this word as we just established, Lord.
He hath covered me with the robe of righteousness, as a bridegroom decketh himself with ornaments, and as a bride adorneth herself with jewels.
Right.
For as the earth brings forth her bud, and as the garden causeth the things that are sown in it to spring forth,
Right.
so the Lord power will cause righteousness and praise to spring forth before all the nations.
Exactly.
There you
So
go.
that's what's going to happen, man.
Yep.
That's
There you
exactly what's going to happen. I don't really have to break that down. It's self-explanatory,
go. Yeah, there you go.
you know? So we're going to be a praise on the earth.
Yeah.
And our word is going to be sprinkled amongst all of the nations. And they're going to know and hearken to what we got to say. That's the end result. So
Yeah.
this world here we're living in right now, it's just temporary. This ain't really the real deal. This ain't it.
Yeah.
It can't be it because then that means that the Lord hasn't fulfilled His words.
Yeah.
Go on, bro. You want to
Yeah,
say
because
something?
when the Most High gave the wicked, said that in pushing the wicked, the earth, the earth has been given into the hands of the wicked. Job 24:9. Was it 9:24? 9:24. So he didn't give them the code. He just gave them the earth, but he didn't give them the code. It's like giving a baby like a Rubik's cube.
Right.
So all the baby's going to do with the Rubik's cube is look at it and admire it, admire
exactly.
the colours. But when he give us back the earth, he's going to give us the code to unlock all the sacred secrets. Like with the gemstones, there's a lot of potential in the gemstones. That he's got them. He thinks this is a nice thing to look at. There's other codes that the Most High is going to give us to reveal the secrets, so we can use them to the fullest benefit. Like the gold too. The gold has sacred secrets in it with healing. A lot of things like that. The Most High is going to give us back the earth with the sacred secrets to unlock the sacred secrets. The code number. Like when you go to a bank, they've got a code number with them. Some of them locks, isn't it? Code. There's a certain kind of code number with the locks. Only the person with the highest authority can get access to that code.
Yeah, man, because we're going to be living good. I mean, we talk about the kind of good that even Rothschild couldn't imagine. You know what I mean? So when you look at how they're living, the Rothschilds and all of that, they're living good. Way beyond measure of the people. But the way we're going to live, they can't imagine it. They won't imagine it.
Yeah.
So we're going to be... We're going to be decked out, man, like the scripture says. We're going to be decked out.
Yeah. That scripture you just read was spot on.
That's why Paul said, this is yet our light affliction. Okay, matter of fact, brother, if you can get me that, the bond, if you can get me that, that's in I think that's in 1 Corinthians 4. But yeah, read what you got.
Yeah, it goes on into the next chapter. Isaiah 62. For Zion's sake will I not hold my peace, and for Jerusalem's sake I will
so
not
who is
rest.
Jerusalem? Is it those gutter rats over there in Israel? No, it's talking about us. Go on.
Until the righteousness thereof go forth as brightness.
Right, until the righteousness thereof go forth as brightness. And what this really goes into is us, because the Lord is speaking through us. It says what does it says, man? Now, what's the scripture? Where does it go, man? How does the scripture go? It goes like, it says something to the effect on how we got to cry to the Lord until he makes in Israel praise on the earth. Something like that.
Oh yeah.
Jerusalem and praise.
Yeah. So yeah, read that again, brother.
Isaiah 62:1. For Zion's sake will I not hold my peace,
Right.
and for Jerusalem's sake I will not rest.
Right, for Jerusalem's sake I will not rest. And that's talking about us, because the Lord dwelleth amongst us, because we're bringing forth his word. So whenever you have the men of the Lord bringing forth his word, that's the Lord speaking.
Is that Isaiah 62 and 1?
Yeah.
And that's just the whole thing. Like I said before, I'm going to say it again. We're not no black people. We're not no rap stars. None of that bullshit. Okay, we're the children of Israel. We're the real Jews that the Bible talks about. Okay, we are the real Jews that the Bible talks about. And that's something that the banking elite know. And they spent millions of dollars to hide this information. Okay? But now it's already out now. It's out. And that's really because of the will of the Heavenly Father, man. So yeah, we really got this.
And the salvation thereof as a lamp that burneth.
Right,
And the,
keep going.
and the Gentiles shall see thy righteousness.
Right, and that's what's happening right now. They're seeing it already. Okay, this is the true image of the so-called Negro. Robes on, being priests,
That's right.
bringing out precepts, bringing out the scriptures. This is what we're supposed to be doing. Not setting up some damn concert and rapping all friggin' day. That's not what we're supposed to be doing. Going into some goddamn club. We're supposed to be doing this right here. All right? Not calling yourself out these weird names, these weird rap names, Tinchy Strider and this guy and that guy. That's not our culture. This is our culture right here. All right, and them so-called Jews over there, they perpetrating the fraud. They trying to be like us. And really, what it all boils down to, the reason why they're in that land, right, and they want to be like us because they want to take that birthright. But no matter how much identical they're appeared to be, to us, they're not going to take that birthright because the law sees right through them. Okay, and they are not the nation of the birthright or the covenant. So no matter what they do, they're not going to get the covenant. Okay, go on, bro.
And O kings, thy glory, and thou shalt be called by a new name,
And that shall be called by a new name. Go on.
which the mouth of the Lord shall name.
Right.
Thou shalt also be a crown of glory in the hand of Yahweh.
Right, and we're going to be a crown of glory in the hand of Yahweh. So we're coming back to who we are now, as we're supposed to be. It says that in the scriptures, man. It says in, I think it's in the book of Isaiah. It says something to the effect on how we're going to be known as the throne of the Lord. So when you're known as the throne of the Lord, that's A1. You've reached A1 status. Okay, you've reached a higher class status, man. Not this lower, decrepit slave bottom status. We're coming out of that now. Now we're going to the top. We're going all the way to the top now. Elevation, baby boy. That's where we're going.
That's right.
Okay? You know, we don't subscribe to nigardism. We don't subscribe to the things of this world. Because that's what this world is set up to do. This world is set up to devalue yourself.
Yeah.
And to devalue your way of thinking, man. We're not dealing with that up here. We're dealing with the state of elevation. We're growing now. Okay, we were once degenerates in the world, clubbing it out, barring it out, doing whatever we had to do to please men. We put that aside, and now we're elevating our state of minds after the word of the Heavenly Father, the right one. Okay, that's what we're doing, man. You know, we ain't no black people no more. We not no goddamn West Indians or African Americans. That's all done. That's finished. It's a wrap. We're the tribe of Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Simeon, Gad. Reuben, Manasseh, etc.
That's right.
This goes on. That's who the hell we are, man. Go on.
And a royal diadem in the hand of thy power.
Right.
Thou shalt no more be termed forsaken, neither shall thy land any more be termed desolate.
Right. Neither shall our land no more be turned desolate, because our land is desolate right now. That's the land of Israel. The land of Israel is desolate. That's where we're supposed to be at. Those white guys over there that's got the stringy hair and they got the curls and all of this other stuff, their ass shouldn't be in that land.
That's right.
Their asses should be below that land, okay? Which is the land of Edom, which is what is the southern part of Judah. Okay, that's where they're supposed to be in. And we're supposed to kick them and swear up the friggin' ass, man.
But thou shalt be called Hephzibah, and thy land Beulah, for the Lord delighteth in thee.
Which I believe the word Beulah means married unto. So we're going to be married unto that land. If you look at that word Beulah, somebody look it up. Baba, push up.
Isaiah 62 and verse 4. Oh yeah, it says it here. It says desolate, but thou shalt be called Hephzibah, and thy land Beulah,
Right.
for the Lord delighteth in thee, and thy land shall be married.
So it tells you right there. So the word Beulah, I believe the word is Bawa Allah, something like that, which means married unto the Most High, something like that. Let me go look at it. Okay. Yeah, you read it. You're going.
It's the word for.
Oh, it's about all.
This is the word for Beulah, which is Strong's H1165. It says to marry, to rule over, to possess, to own.
Yeah, so we're gonna. So, like for example, when a woman gets married to a man, that becomes like it says in the Apocrypha. When a man get of a woman, he get of a possession. So we're gonna be married onto that land. That's gonna be our land. We're gonna own that land. Go on, brother. That's what that goes into.
For as a young man marrieth a virgin, so shall thy sons marry thee.
Right.
And as a bridegroom rejoiceth over the bride, so shall thy power rejoice over thee.
Right. So shall thy power rejoice over thee. And guess what? The Lord is gonna own His people again. Okay. And when that happens, then everything's gonna be brought back to its good estate. Okay. Because what we did was we went astray away from the commandments of the Lord, and this is why we live in this world here. And now we have the wrong presentation. We're getting our right presentation back. But I'm just saying, in general speaking, our people got the wrong presentation. And it's really through the Spirit of the Lord, because the Lord said, look, I'm gonna give you the wisdom and understanding so that you can look good in the sight of the nations, right? So we went astray from that. So now what the Lord is saying, since you went astray from that, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give you a different presentation that you're not gonna like. All right, and that's what He did. But it's all right, because we getting our proper look back. Go on, brother.
I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace,
Right.
day nor night.
Day nor night. We're the watchmen. We're the watchmen of the house of Israel. All of these men that you see here, and also those that are abroad and the brothers up north, we're the watchmen. Them pastors in them stinking churches, they're not the watchmen. Vocab, what is it? Baloney. He ain't no goddamn watchman. Okay? Who else, man? James White, the Edomite. He ain't no watchman. None of these cats are watchmen. We're the real watchmen of the Lord.
That's right.
Okay, go on, brother.
Ye that make mention of the Lord, keep not silence.
Where it says, he that again.
And it says, ye that make mention of the Lord,
Right.
keep not silence.
Right, keep not silence. Go on.
And give Him no